How do brands need to change, and how do they need to innovate to stay relevant not just to their current customers, but their future customers as well? Hi, I'm Skillicorn from Idea to Value. Hi there to all the value drivers out there. And today's video and audio is based on the huge controversy that happened around Gillette's new masculinity advert, Be the Best That You Can Be, that came out yesterday. Now, this ad came out a day ago, and it shows the issue with toxic masculinity, the issues that come with being a man, as some people claim. And it's been viewed over 12 million times from this morning, and it has over 717,000 downvotes, dislikes. This shows that this is one of the most disliked videos in history, and it's an advert trying to spread a positive message around being a good man. If you haven't watched it before, I highly recommend you go out and watch it. It's showing issues that exist with being a man today in certain circles, of course. They're not saying all men are bad, but they're showing that there are issues in society around harassment, around belittling women, around bullying, around standing by when you see these things happen. And for some people, they think this is a great vision for a brand to show what's relevant in the future. But it's caused a huge backlash amongst people who think this is an attack on masculinity and on their personalities. So this reminds me of another very infamous brand change that happened last year, which is Nike. Nike always has large sports personalities that they feature in their videos. But last year, one of the adverts that they released had an American football player called Colin Kaepernick as one of their spokespeople. And in fact, one of the key images was of Colin Kaepernick. Now, if you don't know who that is, Colin Kaepernick is an African-American football player, and he became famous for protesting in his own way the way that black people were being treated in America, specifically the way the police were using force against African Americans. And he did this by kneeling during the national anthem. Now, some people didn't really take much notice of this, but some very conservative people in the USA said that this was disrespecting the flag and everything that the flag stood for. So this advert from Nike and this advert from Gillette seem to have sparked a really huge negative backlash. For Gillette, it's men posting really hateful comments below the video. This is an affront to my masculinity. I've been using Gillette for 50 years and I'm never going to use Gillette again. How can you tell me what a good man should be? And telling people they shouldn't use Gillette either. For Nike, it was people who were usually on the Republican conservative side saying Nike is supporting a flag burner, and they went down on social media and started burning their Nike shoes. So is it ever a good idea for a brand to actually go against some of their core existing fan base? And the answer is yes, probably. Times change and people change. And one of the most important ways that companies need to innovate is through their brand. And I'm not talking about brand as in what color's the logo and what's the tagline, etc. I'm talking about what the brand represents. So in this case, Nike took a stand saying we don't just now represent making the best sportswear apparel in the world. They also are saying we represent people who don't want to be belittled and have violence against them. The same thing with Gillette. They're saying we don't just represent high quality shavers, we now also represent what a good man should be. And the reason they're doing this is, yes, they understand that this might alienate part of their existing user base, but it's just as important for the company to realize what they want the future user base to be like, that's going to hopefully use their products. Because the times will change, and as the current generation gets older and the new generation gets older, they will eventually have a demographic shift towards people with different beliefs than what worked 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 50 years ago. And brands need to change with those times. So you need to be willing to actually alienate a proportion of your users to not only have users in the future with potentially different ideologies accept you, You also need to ask yourself whether or not, as a company who is made up by humans, you want to represent something. Because these two adverts by Nike and Gillette, they weren't just one rogue media officer who decided, okay, I'm going to launch a $10 million advert now. No, this is an advert that would have had hundreds, if not thousands of people from across the company not only be involved in the research for it, the development of it, the shooting of it, and the reviewing of it, but this would have gone up through several layers of the governance process in the organization to get approved before it was finally released. So the companies are making an informed decision that they want this message to be what the future of the company stands for. And if you don't innovate, if you just assume that your current message is going to resonate with your current customers and your future customers forever, well then eventually some other company is going to come around, figure out what your current customers and your future customers actually want, and provide a message that they can relate to much better. So yes, it's vitally important that brands innovate, and the Boycott Gillette movement shows how sometimes it's necessary to alienate some of your current customers to show what you as a company represents and what your future customers should be as well. Right, that's all for today. Remember, I'm Nick Skillicorn. Like, share, and subscribe to this video if you like these insights. And don't forget to go to www.ideatovalue.com to get more great insights around innovation and creativity. Speak again soon.
Thank you so much for listening. If you liked it, please like, share, and subscribe, and leave me a comment about what you thought and what you'd like to see more about. If you want to take your creativity and innovation capabilities to the next level, then invest in yourself with the premium training only available at ideatovalue.com. These exclusive training modules have all been put together by me, Nick Skillicorn, and have been used by thousands of artists, innovation leaders, and CEOs to become better at understanding the source of their creativity and executing on their innovation ambitions. And there is no risk to you, as they're backed by our money-back guarantee. Now, don't forget to go out there and make your ideas a reality. See you again soon.